everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from sacredsoulempowerment.com, here with my new weekly Empowered Moments video for the week of Monday, April 3rd through Sunday, April 9th, 2023. So for this week's weekly message, we'll be using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. That'll be again for the main message for everyone. And our special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the Star Temple Oracle deck. This one is by Susie Cherub. So just a reminder that this is the first full week of the new month of April. So if you haven't already watched my monthly Empowered Moments video for the month of April, complete with astrological transits of significance, the energy vibration numerologically for the month of April, along with messages from our angels and guides, and a special message card depending on your stone of choice, be sure to go onto my YouTube channel and watch that monthly Empowered Moments video. So we're going to look at our stones of choice here in just a minute, but let's go ahead and start out with an empowered moment. So let's close our eyes, take a deep breath. As you exhale, you're relaxing your body and clearing your mind of all thoughts. And visualizing in your mind's eye beautiful golden white light of God's source energy, universe, great spirit, all that is, all around you, surrounding you in that unconditional love, protection, healing, and guidance. Let's take in a deep breath and breathe in that golden white light into every cell of our bodies. As you exhale, you're letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs. And speaking of letting go, this week we're going to be experiencing a full moon in the sign of Libra. And full moons are about letting go and healing, releasing energies that we no longer need to carry, releasing and transmuting patterns that we no longer need to be attached to. And of course, we know the sign of Libra is about relationships and partnerships. But even more than that, Libra is about the balance of masculine and feminine within ourselves, the balance of the emotional, mental, even the physical and spiritual bodies. Libra is about compromise, equality. The scales of justice rules Libra. And so it is a time of justice on a spiritual level. And let's go ahead and breathe in the essence of that full moon in Libra that we're going to be experiencing this week. Breathing in the sense of balance that we seek within ourselves and within our lives. Exhaling, releasing all that you no longer need, and perhaps you can name some of those energies, thoughts, perceptions, emotions, or situations that you would like to release. Let's breathe in the essence of justice, fairness and equality into every aspect of our lives. And exhaling with the idea that we're transmuting all lower vibrational situations asking for clarity of insight during this full moon, increased intuition and psychic guidance during this full moon, and a rebalancing in a positive way in our relationships, our partnerships on all levels. And as you exhale, and when you feel complete within those intentions. You can open your eyes, returning to this time and this place, this space, and getting ready to look at our stones of choice for that special message a little bit later on. So these are new stones that I acquired, not new in the sense of I don't have any of them, but new in the sense that these particular ones are brand new. And so here we've got an amethyst heart is our number one stone, our first stone of choice. And the amethyst, of course, is calming and peaceful, brings in that calming, peaceful energy. It helps with meditation. It helps with our dream time and the remembering of our dreams. It helps to relieve stress and anxiety. It activates the third eye and the crown chakra. And it helps to activate spiritual awareness and, again, all levels of intuition and psychic abilities. Okay, and stone number 2 here, we're going to call this a wand, a little itty-bitty mini wand, but this is tangerine quartz. Now, the tangerine quartz is going to activate creativity and passion and curiosity, inspiration, playfulness, and the joy of the inner child. It helps us to heal self-doubt and loss, feelings of loss. And it's going to activate the sacral chakra and perhaps even the solar plexus chakra. And of course, we know that sacral chakra as most of those qualities that I mentioned, right? Passion, inspiration, creativity, and solar plexus is more of our personal power. Okay, and then our third stone of choice. This is in the shape of a crescent moon, and this is called lepidolite. The lepidolite is called a stone of transition. It helps us to release old behavioral and psychological patterns. It helps us with transition times in our lives, with a higher awareness or greater awareness. And it does activate the heart, throat, and third eye chakras. All right, let's take a look at those one more time. We've got the amethyst heart, the tangerine wand, mini wand, and the lepidolite crescent moon. We're going to put those over here for the moment. We're going to talk a little bit about the astrology for the week. Excuse me. All right, so Monday, the 3rd of April, we've got Mercury, the planet that rules the mental realm, our thoughts, ideas, perceptions, our sense of how we communicate both with other people and within ourselves, is moving out of take charge, individualistic, passionate, go get 'em Aries, fire sign Aries, and it's going to move into more grounded Taurus, earth sign Taurus. And it's going to be there for quite a long time, longer than typically Mercury is in a sign. Mercury typically is in each sign of the zodiac for approximately 3 weeks, give or take. It's going to be in Taurus until June 11th, and I know some of you are guessing why. It's because it's going to go retrograde in Taurus on, is it April 21st? So beginning April 21st, we're going to have that retrograde beginning this month, right? We've had all the planets direct for a little while now, so we've been able to do a lot in the way of moving forward and initiating new energies unencumbered, or at least hopefully that's the case for you. Now we're going to start in with this, again, retrograde energy where this planet Mercury is going to, in essence, go inward. You know, it's not really reversing its movement, but because of the perspective of the Earth, the Sun, the solar system, it's going to appear to us as if it's coming to a standstill and turning direct later this month. But again, it's going to stay in Taurus for a while. So the thought processes and the perceptions are going to take a more grounded sort of approach. It's going to be more focused on stability and matters of security. including and probably especially regarding money and finances, because money and finances is one of the things that Taurus rules. Taurus rules personal resources of all kinds, and that does include money and finances, but also our time, our efforts, our gifts. All of these things are resources to us. And so Mercury's thought processes and perceptions is going to center around that again through June 11th, because it's going to go retrograde and stay in that sign for quite some time. But again, the thought processes are more, let's say, a little bit more cautious, a little bit more grounded, a little bit more thoughtful. While it was in Aries, it was more quick to think, quick to come up with ideas. And, in a sense, because we were also, in Aries season, and still are, we wanted to have quick actions surrounding these things, which was perfectly appropriate while Mercury was in Aries. But now that it's in Taurus, it's going to slow down a little bit. It's going to think about things a little bit more, ponder things a little bit more, and just, again, be more practical, be more dependable, and, again, think of things in a more patient, cautious, kind of almost step-by-step sort of manner. Now, also on Monday the 3rd, just after Mercury moves into Earth sign Taurus, which is a fixed sign, and fixed signs don't change easily. They don't want a lot of redirection or haphazard movement. Taurus being Earth and fixed wants to just set a course and follow that course and not vacillate from that course. So Mercury in Taurus, right after it moves into Taurus, is going to be in a challenging connection to powerful Pluto that just recently went into Aquarius. Now, Pluto in Aquarius, right, it's very much a slow-moving energy. In fact, it's not even going to pass the 0 degree point before it turns retrograde here in a little, while, couple weeks. But Aquarius is also a fixed sign, but now we're fixed in the element of air. So Earth, where Mercury is fixed in the practical side of life. The Earth signs are more of the third dimensional reality, the things that we live in, job, career, money, finances, things going on in home and family. It's the earthly, tangible things, the materialization of things that we're dealing with there. Pluto in Aquarius being fixed air, it's more in that mental realm. Air signs are mental realm, so thoughts, ideas, and perceptions. And Pluto's here to very slowly transform how we're perceiving things, transform the ideas and the thought processes that we have. And because Aquarius, of course, rules humanitarian efforts and scientific advances, things of that nature, technology, medical advances, there's going to be a huge transformation here as it's at that 0 degree point, of course, and vacillating back and forth over the next couple of years between Capricorn and Aquarius. But honing in on what Mercury square Capricorn is, well, we might have some challenges in our communications, maybe some power and control issues with other people while we're trying to interact with them. But also we could have some issues with our own thought processes if it's not playing out with other people. Mercury being the ruler of the mental realm, squaring Taurus, it's asking us to go down a little deeper. Pluto likes to go a little deeper than Mercury tends to like to do. But this is almost going to force us to look at things a little bit deeper, contemplate kind of those life and death, transformation, regeneration energies in our reality and in our thoughts and in our perceptions again, how we're perceiving situations in our lives. But we might feel, again, challenged, frustrated, even on a mental level. And again, that could play out with your communications with others. Now, on Wednesday, and even taking us into Thursday, we've got the Sun in Aries connecting with Chiron, the wounded healer in Aries. Now, the Sun rules our sense of confidence. It's our personality. It's our self-identity, right? It's how we shine our light. Right now, we're shining our light through the lens of Aries, that confident, courageous, fiery, passionate Aries energy. As it comes into contact on Wednesday with Chiron, the wounded healer, well, it might bring up some wounds regarding our sense of self, right? Regarding our sense of individuality, our sense of leadership, our ability to take charge of our essence, our lives, and situations that we're in. This leads us to a full moon at 16 degrees of Libra, Wednesday, Thursday, depending on where in the world you live. So, of course, again, full moons are a time where the energies of our emotions, because the moon rules our emotions, comes to a head. It expands. It becomes more intensified. And in the sign of Libra, it's again about the balance of the scales, the balance of the masculine and feminine, the balance of self versus the other, whoever the other might be. So it does involve relationships. And because that full moon is at 16 degrees of Libra, very shortly after the sun connects with Chiron, the wounded healer, that means that this full moon at 16 degrees of Libra is opposing Chiron. And when we have an opposition, it usually does play out with other people. Other people are our mirrors in life, right? How do we grow and evolve as a soul? It's usually by our interactions with other people, our romantic partners, our children, our parents, our family, our co-workers, our friends, our boss, other authority figures. So again, this full moon in Libra may bring up where there might be imbalances or inequality, disempowerment between us and other people. That full moon in Libra is also going to be connecting to Uranus, the great awakener. It's an odd connection. It's called an inconjunct. And so it's almost like the elements of the signs involved don't really get each other and they don't really get along. Libra is air. Uranus happens to be in Taurus, which is earth. Air and earth don't really, they don't really have a common ground, so to speak. So we have to make some adjustments here. And Uranus is about freedom and liberation and progressive movement. And let's see things from a higher perspective or have a higher awareness about something. So let's have a higher awareness about the interaction in our relationships, but it might take us a little bit of effort or work to be able to rise above and see it from that higher perspective. And then the rest of the week, there's not a whole lot happening. There are a couple of sextile connections on Friday the 7th. We've got Venus, the planet of love and relationships, money and finances, personal resources. Sextile Neptune, ruler of the spiritual realm, ruler of faith and trust and magic and miracles. And then also on that same day, we have Mercury in Taurus. Again, Mercury rules that mental realm, and it's in a sextile connection to Mars, which is about energy, action, forward movement. But he's in Cancer, so not moving too quickly, and his energy is focused in and around home and family matters and emotional matters. But here we've got Earth with both Venus and Mercury in Taurus, Earth sign Taurus, and they're connecting with Neptune in water sign Pisces and then Mars in water sign Cancer, respectively. So what happens when we water the earth? It helps things to grow, right? So that sextile is considered a positive aspect of opportunity. There's an opportunity for some sort of positive growth in the areas of money, finances, relationships, partnerships, our ideas, other perceptions that we're having, home and family matters, our spiritual growth and evolution as a soul. So look for the opportunities just during and after the full moon in Libra, because this is a time where there can be a lot of soul growth and evolution. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. Okay, so we've got card number 1, Page of Pentacles, everybody. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why? Because Pentacles is earth. Pentacles relates to the element of earth. And we start out the week with Mercury, the messenger planet, moving into earth sign Taurus. And the pages are known as messengers as well in the tarot. Pages are a young energy that likes to learn, that is curious about life, and they like to share information, and share messages. So here we've got the page of Pentacles, which makes a lot of sense. Our thoughts and our perceptions are again centered around earthly matters now, just like we talked about with Mercury going into Taurus. So she's holding a pentacle. She's balanced on one foot. So this particular image is saying we need to stay balanced when it comes to, I want to say balanced in your mind, right? Balanced within your thoughts and perceptions regarding earthly matters like job, career, money, finances, home, family. Don't get out of whack because the full moon is starting to, magnify, right? And as the full moon, no matter what sign it's in, starts to grow and magnify as it is this week, sometimes it throws us off our emotional center. So here, practice balance, like the page of Pentacles is doing here. Stand centered and balanced within yourself and within your mind. And again, there might be communications, conversations, or messages regarding job, career, money, finances, and some of those other earthly matters, tangible things that we talked about with the earth signs, especially with Taurus. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. I'm going to say one other thing. She's wearing orange pants, right? It reminds me of the tangerine quartz crystal that I showed you as one of the special crystals to choose from. But the orange, right, relates to the sacral chakra. And there's even orange here within this pentacle that she's holding. Green, we think of the green as money, right? Money, growth, abundance. But the orange here and here in the pentacle, to me, is talking about creative self-expression or creativity, creative emotions, inspiring ideas, inspiration that wells up within you. So tap into that sacral chakra energy as well with the Page of Pentacles energy. Okay, let's take a look at the second card here. The second card, okay, this is Major Arcana 9, and this is the Hermit card. Now, the Hermit is about going within. It's about silence, self-reflection, meditation, going within. It kind of emulates that Mercury and Taurus squaring Pluto. Pluto is the ruler of, again, death and rebirth. Pluto rules the underworld. Pluto rules transformation and regeneration, especially of the psyche, the psychological, the metaphysical, the hidden. So we're really going down deep here into the Hermit. And we need some time alone, perhaps to contemplate and meditate on what's going on in our lives or seeking the answers within ourselves. The Hermit is usually on a path seeking the answers within him or herself. They're seeking the light within themselves, as the Hermit is often shown holding a lantern, lighting his path ahead, kind of through the darkness, so to speak, right? Or through the shadows. So here, though, we've got this kind of colorful image. I like this Hermit, actually, because there's a road down here, but the Hermit's way up here on the cliff. So he is taking a higher perspective viewpoint of the path that's unfolding before her or him, okay? And surrounded with this beautiful light, not holding a lantern, but just this kind of golden yellow light is emanating from around the Hermit. So that Hermit, that person, you, can be in a state of spiritual connection, in a state of connecting with your higher soul self and higher wisdom and higher guidance, connecting with your angels and guides, especially because she's elevated up higher here on this cliff. She's next to the stars. She's next to the cosmos. In fact, there is a few stars there that are lighting up the night sky. And she's not in any big hurry to walk or run down this path. Okay, she probably senses or knows the path is below her. But she's taking a moment, she's taking a breath, and she's kind of going within to kind of see or hear or feel or sense whatever it is she or he needs to regarding the next step on the path. So I like this card. I like how it's kind of unfolding here. Now the last card came out as 2 cards. So let's look at the first of the last 2 cards. And again, I feel like this will, whatever these 2 cards are, is somehow going to emulate this full moon in Libra energy that we're coming up to. And the first of those 2 cards is, wow, the 4 of Wands. I didn't really expect to see the 4 of Wands. Now, the 4 in numerology sometimes gets a little bit of a bad rap. We think of the 4 as sometimes limiting or restricting, being too constricted, being sometimes too organized or conservative, not allowing yourself to step outside the box. But the positive qualities of the number 4 are stability, security, again, organization or reorganization, restructuring something. It's a solid kind of foundation with the number 4. And the 4 of Wands is always a very positive card in any tarot deck that I've ever seen. The Wands is about fire. It's the element of fire. It's the element of creation, inspiration, spirituality, this highest essence or vision of what it is that we can hold here. And if you look at the image on this card, the 4 of Wands, we've got 2 women here and they're in celebration. Now that's usually the 4 of Wands meaning is kind of like this celebratory event, the celebration on some level. And you could say it's celebration of a sense of inner security or stability in life, a feeling. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's money involved because it's usually the pentacles that involves the money. The Wands is more on a higher spiritual level. So we're feeling this sense of security and stability within our spiritual selves. And we're celebrating some sort of growth. We're celebrating some sort of gift. We're celebrating some sort of positive experience here. And you can see these 2 women are dancing and playing the tambourine and just kind of moving and letting the energy flow. It almost feels like a very creative energy, even though it's the number 4. So we're grounding that creative energy. We're grounding that happy, joyous energy. We're grounding in that celebratory energy. And here in the background, probably one of the most important things on this card is that there's a little kind of teepee or hut or tent back there. That's where the 4 wands are shown. Usually, sometimes in the 4 of Wands, we would see like what are they called? A gazebo kind of thing. Like sometimes in the traditional 4 of Wands, there's a gazebo. And we often think of the 4 of Wands as the marriage card, actually, which is interesting since we're having a full moon in Libra, and Libra is about partnerships and relationships. So there could be something to celebrate in relationship here. Now, I'm not going to promise that for everybody, but maybe there's a new sense of commitment or there's a new feeling of security within relationships for you. And again, those relationships are beyond romantic. Maybe it's a new sense of groundedness and security in a job relationship or, career relationship. Maybe it's in a family relationship. Maybe it's just the relationship you have with yourself or with your higher self. So there's something positive that's coming about here with this Libra full moon. I'm not going to say there's no challenges. We'll see what that last card is that goes with this card. But this has a feeling that at least on a spiritual level, because the Wands rules that spiritual realm, at least on a spiritual level, we have the room or potential or feeling of celebration or celebratory energy. This could be just you healing some relationship pattern within yourself or having some realization about the give and take and compromise and equality or maybe lack of equality within relationship with you and other people, a pattern maybe, and you're celebrating that you finally got it. You're finally more aware that, this might not be about the relationship changing or feeling more secure. It might be you having a deeper inner sense of security, more stable sense of security within yourself because you have this kind of aha moment about some sort of pattern. And then maybe that pattern goes back to kind of this home family sort of situation here with the hut, the house, the place, to live here, the place of where you came from here. So let's see what that last card is. Okay, we got a very positive card here. And this is Major Arcana 17, and it's the Star card. Isn't that beautiful in this deck? I love this deck. It's colorful and beautiful. And as a Libra with a Leo moon, I love color. So here we've got the star card ruling our hopes, our dreams, our wishes for the future. Now, this doesn't mean that whatever the celebration is here, because it comes out with that card, is happening right now or happening this week, because this is kind of a future-oriented card. But again, if we have some aha moment about a pattern, we're having a realization about something within our relationships where there's been a lack of balance perhaps, or a lack of equality, we know that in the future, we're not going to allow that anymore. We know that in the future, we're projecting out what it is that you do desire or dream for or hope for. So this is saying that you send that intention out to the universe, and it doesn't have to be about relationship. It can be about job, career, money, finance, your business, your purpose, right? It's really great if it's about your business or your purpose, especially your purpose, because this is saying that you're connecting to your truth. You're connecting with that shining light within yourself, right? Stars shine light, and look at that one. That's shining a lot of beautiful light. There's that yellow of the solar plexus chakra, your confidence, courage, leadership ability. You got the orange around that sacral chakra of creativity and emotional passion and inspiration. You got some red even around that. Root chakra, sense of security, stability, feeling grounded in purpose. And so all of these things that you desire and that you hope and wish for in whatever area of life, it's being sent out there to the universe. In fact, I'd say do a ceremony during the full moon, right? We usually think of full moons as releasing, healing, and letting go. But right before the full moon happens, set out an intention. Write it out, speak it out loud, light a candle, do a ceremony, whatever you're drawn to do. Stand out under the cosmos, the stars, and look up to the universe. Connect with your star family, or connect with the star beings. Just connect with the essence of who you really are, which is an infinite soul, like the infinite stars out there in the universe. Let's take a little bit closer look here. She's got, it's almost like a string, right? She's holding onto a string, almost like this is a kite up here, like the star is kind of like a kite. She's still holding onto it. That can be either looked at as good or not good, right? Sometimes we have to set an intention, release it and let it go, and let the universe take care of it for us. So don't hold on too tightly. Don't have too much control over when or how or what or how it's all going to unfold and take place. We have to trust, faith, have faith, surrender to the process. At the same time, you do want to stay connected to it. You don't want to, what do I want to say? You don't want to let it go prematurely. You want to have some sort of heart connection to what your purpose is, your dream, your hope is, your desire is. So it's kind of like a fine balance. There's that word balance again for Libra, a fine balance of holding it close to your heart, but yet surrendering and let it go so the universe can work its wondrous magic and bring it into fulfillment at some point. Okay, use all your creativity. She's got this beautiful dress of lots of different colors going on. Use your creativity, your creative self-expression, and take some future steps towards your dreams, towards your goals. So that was I think that's really good, that it seems like the full moon is going to have a positive effect for us this week. So let's take a look at your special message card depending on your stone of choice from that Star Temple Oracle deck. All right, so the first stone of choice was the amethyst heart, right? So shuffle this a little bit. Amethyst heart, special message. And I just realized that this is the Star Temple Oracle, right? And here we had the star card. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so for amethyst people, special message just for amethyst. Oh, that one calls my attention. You know what? All right, it's going to be this one. Goddess of balance. Well, if that's not perfect for a Libra full moon, folks. Goddess of balance. It says equality, and I create and foster reciprocal relationships. So I'm going to say that maybe there are some relationships in your life that are out of balance, that don't feel equal, that don't feel like there's an, equality of give and take. And so if there's an out of balance relationship or relationships in your life, you might try to either bring them back into balance by having an important conversation with people, or if it's just not going to be reciprocal in the way that you would like, you think about whatever the next steps are for you to, release or let go, or set good boundaries with, or, start to maybe slowly, gently pull away from them. And what you want to do is find new people, right? People that share a common ideal, that share commonalities with you, that want reciprocal relationships and friendships as well. And maybe this isn't so simple, right? Maybe this is a boss situation too, where there's either with a coworker or a boss, where there's an unbalanced relationship. Well, you can't necessarily just go and right away quit your job, right? So think of what are the next steps I can do to move away from that. If I can't bring this somehow back into balance where it's reciprocal, I'm going to start contemplating what my next steps might need to be, because this doesn't feel good anymore. But no matter what type of relationship this is, we can always foster new friendships and new associations and network with new people, and maybe go to social events where we can find other people that want to give that balanced reciprocal relationship to us, that gives that give and take and has that compromise feeling. That's such a beautiful card, right? It's number 13 too, and number 13 is a karmic number of transformation. So I think there's going to be a transformation over time, right, in your relationships and in your idea of what it is you want in relationship or what you'll accept in relationship, and then to attract that to you. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at, I can't believe how many minutes we're into this already. Okay, so the tangerine quartz, special message for tangerine quartz. Okay, well, that one's popping up, isn't it? The lapis lazuli star. The lapis lazuli star. Okay, lapis is a beautiful kind of a midnight blue, sort of stone that is associated with the third eye. And it says starlight. It says, my inner vision guides me to my higher purpose. So we're going to have a third eye activation here. Interesting for the tangerine quartz people, that was more ruled by the sacral chakra, but you're going to have a third eye activation here, and even maybe a throat activation. The blue stones can activate our throat chakra, our ear chakras, and our third eye chakra. And I'd say that that's probably the case here. She's got throat, she's got some blue here by the ears, she's got the blue kind of jewels hanging down over her third eye. She's even got the midnight blue and the stars above her crown chakra. So we're going to have some higher chakra activation, especially with third eye, which rules intuition, psychic insight, dreams, vision, right? The ability of clairvoyance, clairaudience, channeling for the throat chakra. And again, it says, my inner vision guides me to my higher purpose. So start contemplating, what is your higher purpose? Who do you want to be? What do you want to do? Maybe it's changed from what it was that you thought before. And it probably has, because we're always evolving and changing and growing. And sometimes we have to redirect ourselves in our path. So start to think and tune into, again, the third eye. What is it that I want to do next? What am I being guided towards? What am I being drawn towards? And ask for messages from your angels and guides. Ask for messages from your higher self or universe, spirit, the divine. And kind of allow that to kind of come in and journal. I want to say journal down what pops into your mind. Maybe you'll have a dream that you need to journal when you wake up in the morning. Maybe when you're meditating, you'll have some vision and insights you'll want to jot down so that you'll remember and take action on them in the future. And then the last stone of choice was the lepidolite. Lepidolite people. Special message for Lepidolite. This one's calling my attention. The Diamond Star. The Diamond Star. And it says destiny. Ooh, like that. I focus on service and follow my higher purpose. That's a great one for Lepidolite. Lepidolite, ruling the crown chakra, is known as that stone of transition, but it's definitely related to humanitarian efforts and service to humanity. So this one is right on for you, Lepidolite people. The Diamond Star, destiny. I focus on service and follow my higher purpose. Right? It reminds me of crown chakra energy. We've got the kind of lavender purple that rules the crown chakra. Sometimes we see the crown chakra lit up in kind of white or even golden white light energy. So it's that definitely this higher vibrational energy that's going on here. What is your destiny? What is your truth? What is your path forward? Kind of a similar feeling here as the previous message. And how can I be of service, right? Diamonds are a stone of high vibration, and it's a stone that does rule the crown chakra, claircognizance, or just knowing something to be. And diamonds, when they're really high quality diamonds, are full of clarity, right? They sparkle, they shine. You can see the clarity in the diamond, and that's what this message is all about, is the ability to see more clearly what it is that your destiny or path forward is all about in this lifetime. What is your purpose here? And maybe you have several purposes. It doesn't mean you only have to have one purpose, but what purpose do you have in this lifetime? You know, sure, we have our personal purposes of I'm here to heal this, or I'm here to heal that, you know, kind of mindset or belief system, but you also have an at service for humanity sort of purpose in some way. And it doesn't have to be something big and grand. Everything is big and grand, actually. There's no sense in like quantifying it or judging it, right? Some people, maybe their purpose is to come up with some new technology, some new, you know, medical breakthrough. And then maybe for somebody else, the service that they're here to give is to help each and every person that they meet in their life, to uplift their energy, to put a smile on their face, to help them to see the positive gifts that they hold within themselves. Neither one of those is better than the other, right? So let's not make it a competition in any way. Everything that you do, all the gifts that you have, everything that you are is perfect and sacred and purposeful. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning into the weekly. Again, make sure you find that monthly. If it's not already up, it should be up soon. Sending you lots of love and light and blessings on your path forward. Happy full moon in Libra, everyone. Namaste.